What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage DC Season 1, Episode 7 review. Make sure you guys check out the It Started With Wanda teaser podcast episode. It is up right now on my channel. And if you guys did not get a chance to check out my Keisha Capsule Collection lookbook video, that is also up right now. We only have a few pieces left, you guys, in only 4 of the looks because the Melody Revenge dress is already sold out. We only have a few of the other outfits left. Let me run over them really quickly. We have the Riri mini denim dress left. We have a few of those left. We have the waist deep blazer dress. We also have the Color Me Pynk bodycon dress. And last but not least, we have a few left of the Cruel Summer set. So head over to www.prettygirlparlor.com to cop you one of these fabulous summer looks. This is a collection for all of my plus size girls. And make sure you guys use my discount code ColorMePynk20 or Pink20 to receive 20% off of your order. Yes, check it out. Now let's get into tonight's episode. So tonight's episode starts off with us seeing Monique starting her new hosting job on the radio station in DC. She's super excited about it. She looks great. Only thing is she's not used to waking up so early in the morning, but she's thriving and she's doing well. We then go back to her home and see Chris. They're taking care of the children. He's making breakfast, he's doing schoolwork, he's, exercising, playing with the kids. And it was really nice to see him take charge and, be present with the kids. Not saying that he wasn't or that he isn't, but to see him be so hands-on and, Monique not having to tell him to do whatever the case may be. But I just thought it was so cute when the little baby Chase kept on saying, "Me like pancakes, me don't like that." And Chris was trying to correct him, but the little baby was like, "No, I'm going to keep on referring to myself as me, sir. Get it together." Then we see Ashley meet with her publisher about her self-rediscovery book. I actually did some Googling to find out who her publisher was because I had never seen or heard of her before. But I went on her website and I saw that she did my ex, Mike Hill. She did his book that I wasn't featured in, but whatever, it is what it is. It's why we're not together anymore. I decided to, get out of that throuple with me, him, and Cynthia, but it is what it is. For the OGT squad members, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You newbies, I have to go back to my Real Housewives of Atlanta reviews to know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anywho, so she seems like she's in good hands, I can't wait to read it, to hear her story and hear what she has to say in order to give encouragement to people. They discussed the cover and her publisher was like, "Are you going to be on the cover?" And she was like, "I don't really know." She said she hadn't been in a photo shoot in years because she didn't like how she looked in photos a lot in the past. And I was shocked by that, because all we've seen of Ashley is her be so confident and, talk about how cute she is. But, obviously, that there are some insecurities there. Most women do have insecurities, but it was a shock coming from her. She then goes on to talk about how, there was a time when she cried for 24 hours straight and she went to the doctor and found out that she suffered from depression and that, when people find out, that she suffers from depression or anxiety, that they're, shocked by it because they're like, what could you possibly be depressed about? You have everything. You have such a good life. But shit, that don't mean a goddamn thing. Now, I don't suffer from depression, but you all know I do suffer from anxiety. I have to take medication every day just so I can keep my anxiety under control. That's why I work so hard to live a stress-free life, because my anxiety, when it flares up, it's bad to the point where I'm bedridden, heart pounding, shaking, feeling nervous, feeling like I'm about to die, feeling like I'm about to have a stroke or a heart attack. It's the scariest shit ever because it's a mind thing, you know what I'm saying? But your body is physically reacting like you're about to fucking die. So I totally get that and I understand that, and like that is no joke to play with. And it was actually nice to see a little bit of Ashley's walls break down, and to see that, you know, she is relatable. She isn't just this I'm a cute bad bitch type of persona. We then go to see Chris talk to Monique after she gets home from her first day at the job, and he says that, you know, it was really rough parenting without her, you know, having to do everything on his own. And I was looking at the television like, oh, now you see what she's had to do these past 9 or 10 years y'all been in a relationship. Like, men crack me up with that. Like, it was so hard, so tough. But then they want to act like, oh, you just at home with the kids. Like, what's the big deal? Like, why you tired? Like, you ain't did shit all day, until they actually have to fucking do it. And that shit had me cracking up. And Monique was like, yeah, you just can't go into this shit unprepared, bruh. Like, you gonna have to prepare, make a schedule for this shit. 3 small children, yes sir, you're going to need to, you like, get it together. But she also goes on to say how much she loves her job, and like, this is her dream job, and she's just so excited and happy. And he was like, you know, he's happy for her. He always knew that she was going to be a star, and he always believed in her. But one thing that I did notice when she came in and she was hugging on Chase and kissing him and saying that she loved him, he had this kind of look on his face, and it was like a forlorn look. And I wish I would have got a screenshot of it, but it looked to me like he had this look on his face like he's gonna be left behind. I think that's part of the issue, and I don't know if they've addressed this, but I think it could be a thing with Chris where he feels like the more her career takes off, the further he'll be left behind, and maybe she won't want or need him anymore. And I think it could be a thing of the insecurity of in him of, what if she was just with me for the money or for the fame or whatever the case may be? What if she do find somebody that's better looking or whatever than me, and she end up leaving me? I think it could be a slight part of him, maybe, and not a large, but a very small part of him that wonders, is she gonna leave me? And I don't think that she's going to leave him. I think that she's 100% in their marriage, loves him, loves their family, but she has dreams of her own that she has put on the back burner for the 10 odd years or however long they've been together. Now it's her time to shine. And I think that he doesn't really know where he fits into her new life. And I think that might be one of the issues of their relationship, but they just have to, well, he will have to learn how to fully trust in her, you know. And then I also think that it's a situation where he has to find out who he is in this next chapter of his life, because I know he just don't want to be a stay-at-home dad. I think that he needs to figure out what makes him happy. What does he want to do? What can he do that will fulfill him on a daily basis outside of her and their children? And I think if she was able to see him be more driven and steadfast in himself, that would be more attractive to her on her end. But I feel like whatever they're going through is workable. So then we skip to Jamie and Irena. You know, they are TikTok famous. I follow them on TikTok. They are really funny, and they do, you know, one of their little skits and everything. And then after, they sit down and talk about when they went to the intuitive doctor or therapist or whatever that lady was. And Jamie asks Irena, does she think that he's a bully? And she was like, no, but I think that you are aggressive. She was like, I think that you're aggressive towards me and the kids. And he was like, no, or is it a thing with the kids that, you know, I'm trying to give them discipline and, you know, showing them how the right way to do things. And she was like, well, maybe you're just aggressive with me. And she said that to him in their confessional, and he just had this stone cold look on his face where he refused to acknowledge what she said. And you could tell because it pissed him off that he didn't like being called aggressive, because, you know, aggressive, especially with black people, is used in a connotation of being like violent. And I don't think that he liked that, because he knew probably how people was going to perceive her calling him aggressive, even though she didn't mean it in a violent way. But I do think that Jamie is hard-headed. He's very much hard-headed. You can't tell him nothing. You can tell he's one of them people that got to learn shit the hard way. And I hope his hard way ain't Irena chucking up the deuce's ass for him to fucking get it. Because he's going to have a rude awakening if he keep it up. So he then goes on to say that, maybe the reason why he behaves the way that he does is the way that he was raised, because he was raised by his father, and his father was extremely tough on him. He said his father would knock you down, you could be bleeding, and he'd be like, you all right, get up and keep it moving. So that it ain't no could be, that's exactly why he acts the way that he acts, because he's been drilled and molded into being this emotionless soldier. And that's how he now runs his household, and he needs to break himself from that, because obviously his father was doing what he was taught or what he was shown, and that wasn't the right way. You know what I'm saying? So he does say that he agrees to go back to the intuitive lady with Irena. And I think that that is a genius idea. I think that that will help them out tremendously, but he has to go back and really be open to the process. So we see Monique visit Ashley at her photo shoot. And the book title for Ashley's book will be Do That Shit. That was funny to me. Monique was like, I'm most definitely going to give Chris a copy. And that was shade, but it goes back to what I just said, is that she wants him to get up and figure out some shit for himself. Monique then talks about herself, which is obviously her favorite topic. They've been playing her on the Eddie's Child, showing her just talking and talking and talking and talking. And Ashley points that shit out every time she can, that Monique is obsessed with hearing Monique talk. So then Monique brings up Winter, and she was like, once again, I didn't know that she meant it this way because I perceived it this way. And she was like, I want to tell you some shit she said, but it's going to make things worse. And Ashley was like, girl, just tell me. She was like, am I going to have to punch this bitch? She was like, you might. And she eventually ends up telling Ashley that Winter made up nicknames for Quick and for Jamie, and that the nicknames for Quick was DJ Fun Size and the one for Jamie was Red Light Special. And Ashley was like, what that mean? Like, she didn't know anything about this Red Light Special shit. And so Monique goes on to tell her that when Irena and Winter met up, that Irena told her a story about how one night she was calling Jamie on the phone, he wasn't answering, and when he answered, he told her that he fell asleep at a red light. And so Ashley was like, I don't even care. Like, the shit was low-key funny to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's short, but it is what it is. And she was just like, basically went to need to keep my name out of her mouth. But I ain't even tripping off that whole, like, fuck that girl. I ain't got time for her. And I will say that Monique is being messy, because she didn't have to then go back and tell her that part of the story. Because if you was going to tell it, you should have told that initially when you first told them what Ashley said the first go around. I feel like she came back to tell that part of the story to keep the drama going, because they do need the drama on the show. That's what these shows are built on. And Monique trying to get the show started, trying to get shit popping. So it's like, it's good for television, but then again, it's being messy as fuck, and it's just like, oh my God, because I know she's going to get a bunch of backlash for this, but at the same time, she has on her producer's hat because she has to lead this cast, because this is everybody else's first time being on reality television, but she knows what the networks and what's going to get them ratings. So Ashley then calls Winter husband a scammer. Monique still trying to figure out who the fuck is Winter. With a real Winter, please stand up, because this is not the Winter that she has known all these years, but now she's wondering, maybe is this the real Winter and I never saw it. Ashley makes it known and clear at this point that she does not want to be around Winter at all. It don't matter if it's in a group setting or not. She don't want to be around this hoe. And I was like, well, good luck with that, because you're filming a reality show. So then Chris and Quick go and get foot massages together, and they talk about, their personal lives and everything. And Quick goes on to talk about why he doesn't cry. And it was once again that he was taught by his father that men don't cry. And I'm like, child, you need to cry. Crying is good for the soul. and it's good for your stomach because you got to get that water out your system one way or another. Yo, not crying will make you bloated. You got to get that water retention about your body. Cry at least one time a day. That will help you not to be bloated, goddammit. So Chris admits that, he didn't have a role model growing up to really show him how to lead or to be a husband. So he's trying to figure it out as he goes. And it really is a testament of the lack of fathers in the house, or fathers being in the house, but having this distorted way of raising their sons, and how it is affecting these grown men in their middle age. You know what I'm saying? So you have to give them grace because they don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? They weren't taught good examples of how to be men and husbands and fathers. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, especially with Chris, that Monique needs to give him grace because he's learning as he goes. He didn't have a figure, a role model to show him what it's like to, or how you need to treat a woman and your family and how to be attentive in certain areas. So I feel like the ladies need to give their spouses somewhat of grace in these situations. So then we see Ashley meet up with Irena. Irena is getting a BBL consultation because she wants more hips and a little bit of ass. And I'm like, girl, sit the hell down, Irena, because you're going to be out here looking crazy if you don't get it done right. You're going to look like Tiny from Escape because you are a very petite woman. And I actually think her body is amazing. When she took off the robe or whatever, I'm looking like, girl, I wish you better leave your body the fuck alone before you end up botched. Leave that shit alone. You have the perfect body, perfect shape, especially for a woman that is middle aged. Your body is better than most women out here that are in their 20s. Leave yourself alone, because I would hate for her to be walking around here looking crazy with skinny legs and a big booty and big round hips that don't blend in with your natural leg. Just leave yourself alone. So Irena is, saying how she wants this perfect body, and realizes that goes back to what the intuitive lady said, that she has this obsession with perfection. And I'm like, girl, you gotta get confidence in who you are. Like, you are stunning. But until she realizes it and accepts that, she's gonna continue to try to find ways to better herself, which is nothing wrong with bettering yourself, but it gets to a point where it does become obsessive. And Ashley has to remind her that, girl, you are beautiful. Like, what the fuck? So then they talk about Winter, and Ashley at this point, Irena at this point thinks that something might be wrong with the chick. So she was like, Ashley, do you think something wrong with a child? Because I don't know what the hell is going on with this lady. So then Ashley tells Irena about the nicknames. And as soon as she told Irena that, Winter had came up with nicknames for Jamie and Quick, baby, Irena's face went stone cold. Like, what this bitch say? Like, she was on go. She was on ready. Like, oh, hell to the no. Like, I was low-key scared for Winter at that point. So, of course, Irena and Winter meet up. And I didn't like all that long, wet, and wavy weave that Winter had in her head. It was just a bit much for me, but it ain't my head. So, right off rip, Irena confronts Winter about, the things that she has been going around saying. Once again, Winter is sticking with her story that Monique got things confused when she talked to her. And I'm like, not based off what we saw, but okay. And then Irena brings up the nicknames. And Winter was like, I'm not going to even lie. I'm a very sarcastic person. Yeah, I did call Quick DJ Fun Size. And Irena was like, I don't want my husband's name being brought up, period. And at the end of the day, whatever we're sharing between each other needs to stay between me and you. And I'm like, well, now, Irena, in real life, yes, that works, but not when you're on a reality show that's going to be shown all around the world. Ain't no secrets. You literally said this shit on camera. So it ain't no what I tell you need to stay between me and you when it's a camera sitting in your face. Reality stars crack me up when they say that shit. I'm like, you just said it in front of a camera while you're mic'd up, and you think that this conversation is going to stay between y'all? Make it make sense, Jesus. So Winter was like, did you say don't share this with anyone else? And Irena was like, you should know that. And I was like, well, no, she shouldn't, because y'all not besties. Y'all were sitting down having a conversation, getting to know one another. You said it on camera. So obviously it wasn't a big thing for her to then go back and tell somebody else. Now, was her, making fun of y'all husbands right? No, absolutely not. So Irena was like, do you think you're mentally fucked up because of your relationships? And they cut the episode right there. And I'm like, y'all are a mess. I was hollering that they cut it right there, because Irena was not playing with Winter. Like, Winter obviously is the villain of this season. It is crazy. The shit is funny. But I don't, with the way that this season is going, I'm enjoying this season. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving all of the storylines with the families, with the marriages. But as far as the girls are concerned, it's pretty much now at the point where it's 3 against 1. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like season 2, they need to even the odds, maybe bring somebody else in, since they refuse to show Tasha for whatever reason. I think that they need a little bit more spice added to the show, a little bit more drama as far as the girls are concerned, if they want to continue to be able to compete with Huntsville. You know what I'm saying? There got to be a little bit more drama, you know what I'm saying, but amongst the ladies. That's my only critique so far of DC. They need another firecracker. It just can't be Winter and then 3 women going against Winter, because from what I've seen thus far, Winter and Monique are not really gelling. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.